Some tired of what I thought was love. Well, it ain't a grand hotel, it's just a cheap motel with a sign that flickers. No vacancy. The sign that flickers. Through the window, it's all I see. So the song I'm putting out tomorrow, hi again, song that releases tomorrow is called Flicker. And I'm down in the studio looking at the tracks the way they were recorded. This song came about in a super interesting way, and it's the result of some unique instruments that I got my hands on as I was writing the song itself. Everything I wrote for this album started on an acoustic guitar, and with the idea that I would like play it out solo like that, right? And so I was doing a lot of looping and various things like that. And this thing showed up through a site that I know. It's a Acoustisonic, a Fender Telecaster. Acoustisonic, it's got a MIDI pickup fixed onto it right now. But it gives this like super interesting sound. I got it because I wanted to use it for live performances. I didn't want to bring out the big standard acoustics that I usually use. But what's cool about this guitar is it's got like kind of an acoustic sound here off like the various positions that it can get to, right? But when you flip it into these other positions, it's got this really unique lo-fi kind of sound about it that really spoke to what the song could become. And it's like a super fast riff that's like moving through it, so it gave a lot of bounce to it. But I think the real key to this song, what I really liked about putting it together, is that it actually has two bass tracks in it. It's got like a standard bass track in it, as well as a Bass 6, which is a super unique instrument. It's a 6-string bass that Fender made back in the 60s. People who saw the Beatles' Let It Be movie saw John Lennon playing it. And it really gives, like, because of its lighter gauge and, you know, all the strings, it has a really deep bass sound still in its pickups. But it also has this, like, really nice action that's, like, super low. So you can get hammer-ons off of it like a guitar in like a different kind of space. So the song is called Flicker, and the story that it tells is about two people sitting in like a cheap like seaside motel, laying in bed, not talking to each other, letting the problems between them, and then outside the window, this like no vacancy sign continues to flicker. It's like the broken neon sign that's flickering, and it keeps them awake. And really all they have to do is talk, but they're not gonna. And they just kind of keep it together. So it's like a relationship that's fallen apart. And what it kind of gave was this super neat access to something that kind of helps tell the story of it. And that kind of lies then in these two tracks. When I take it back a little bit and hit play here. Can't settle that. And then I solo out. That's the Bass 6. And I even threw a little bit of saturation and distortion on it to like kind of fatten it up a little bit. And then to give it like heavy low end, I added in this bass line. And you can hear that pull and hammer on in those like lyrical runs under it. So it's almost like it has not a lead guitar, but a lead bass that's like noodling all the way through it. And then when you kind of start dropping in these acoustic sounds on it, and it has like a lot of separation between the tracks that would give it like a fuller sound. There's still some acoustic guitars sitting underneath this, like all the way back from like where it like came together, but most of the song really leans in on these like more unique sounds that you really don't pick up as much, you know, when you're there. But then when they all kind of come together, like for instance right here.
Now I'm awake, what will it take for me to run away from here? So tired of what I thought was love. Well, it ain't a grand hotel, it's just a cheap motel where the sign and flickers. No vacancy.
So this song took a long time in the studio to put together, searching for the sounds and then trying to balance them out and mix them, and all the different tracks that are in it, like different parts. So it's when it comes out, listen to it in headphones, and try and like pick up like a little bit of what's happening in each ear. There's like subtle fills going on underneath everything, and I might have taken it a little too far, but that's what you get to do when you're producing your own records and recording them yourself. So it gets to be kind of you get a little crazy with it sometimes. Anyway, song drops on Spotify and on Apple Music and all the other places where you can stream it, and send me 0.003 cents tomorrow when it hits. Pre-save it with the link, and thanks for listening.